We've got a bin news later, haven't we?
Oh,
Steph?
yeah. Do you remember yesterday when we were chatting about the family who in Nuneaton who are helping all the neighbours with all the recycling? And then I said, oh, the bins,
Must
I bet they
really
stink.
smell.
Well, they messaged me saying our bins don't stink. So they're coming in this morning with a few of the bins to prove it.
They're actually bringing their bins in?
Yeah.
Bring your bin to work
As long
then.
as we get them in security, we'll be all right.
Oh,
But yeah.
I love it.
No. Well.
And so you're actually going to sniff a bin live on air?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic.
Bin sniffer McGovern.
Excellent. See, everything happens here. We've
So
got
many
something.
reasons to watch today.
Bins news later.
17 minutes past 6. Carol, you need to be in the studio. You're missing out on a big bin sniff.
Morning.
Now, sometimes we've all been have this happen to us. Sometimes you say things on breakfast and they come back to bite you in the backside.
Not exactly that this time. Steph is here with us, and we were talking yesterday about something, and I think you're going to have to give an apology in the next couple of minutes.
Yeah, so yesterday when we were doing a run-through of the papers, we were talking about this story about the Barker family in Nuneaton, who basically have set up their own recycling system on their driveway.
We've now found out.
Yeah, yeah, and so it was in the papers, and I made the possibly unfair comment, we shall soon find out, and I was like, they must stink. And here's what happened anyway, just to remind you.
Let's have a look at the Barker family from Nuneaton. Have you seen this? They've got 12 wheelie bins on their drive.
Are they allowed 12?
Wow.
Well, it's not for them. It's for their neighbours. So they encourage all their neighbours to recycle various things in various bins, and then they send it off to a specialist firm
Do they?
to get it properly recycled.
Good on them.
Hey, that's nice then, but it must stink. So there you go, that's what happened. So the Barker family rightly sent me a tweet telling me how wrong I was. Have a look at this. They invited me down to have a look at the bins and a sniff of the bins, but instead I've brought them here with their bins so I can find out for myself. And with me is Karina Barker and her daughter Bridget. Thank you very much for coming all this way with your bins.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
It's not often we have bins on set. So right, let's do the sniff test first of all before we talk about all the brilliant recycling stuff you're doing. So in here,
this one's just full of crisp packets.
yeah.
Nothing smells. Well, it's all clean.
Yeah, you see, that doesn't, it's not as punchy as I thought, but it's got a whiff of pickled onion.
Yeah, well, yeah, but no more than a packet of crisps. It's not a horrible smell. It's not a stink.
Yeah,
I don't know what you put in your bins, but
probably not the right stuff,
stink.
given how my bins smell. And then this one we've got.
This one is the coffee. So this one is the smelliest of all of them.
Yeah.
But it's a pleasant smell. It smells of fresh coffee. It's delicious.
Oh, that smells all right.
Yeah.
But this isn't all about the smell, is it? That was just me being a bit rude. Yeah. Apologies. So tell me, why on earth have you set up a recycling system in your drive?
Very simply because somebody has to. It needs to be done. We discovered a crisp packet about a year and a bit ago that was 40 years old. A 40-year-old crisp packet on our allotment that's older than I am. And we took a moment to teach the children that your rubbish doesn't just vanish. It doesn't just disappear into thin air. It has to be dealt with. So we discovered a scheme where you can send crisp packets off to TerraCycle, and Walkers are sponsoring TerraCycle to process them and transform them into something usable, giving them an extended life. And it's kind of snowballed from there now.
Yeah, because now this is something that involves all your neighbours, doesn't it, Bridget? So have you got all the neighbours bringing the rubbish round?
Yeah, we've had like loads of rubbish. And
there's about 1,400 people now all signed up and bringing rubbish around every day.
Wow. Yeah. And Bridget, why do you think this is so important?
Because it's having a new life and it's helping other stuff go into TerraCycle and that.
Yes, so it helps the environment and it gives all these plastics a new life and all this waste. And so now you've got, how many neighbours did you say involved?
It's 1,400 people on our Facebook group.
Right. How big's your drive?
Not very big, but we have had to sort of squish the cars to one side so that we can have this big long row that everybody in the world is now seeing of wheelie bins.
And so how big is this going to get? What happens next?
It can't get much bigger, I'm afraid. It's getting, but we have just sent off a tonne now of recycling to different organisations. It's not all TerraCycle, it's predominantly TerraCycle, but a tonne. So we're going to have a little party now to celebrate that achievement and then onwards, keep going.
Did you ever expect that you would start this avalanche of rubbish to your drive?
No, it really was just going to be crisp packets. There's 5 of us at home, we eat a lot of crisps. Just try and get neighbours and friends involved and send them all off together. Put a wheelie bin outside for them to drop them in without disturbing us, and it's just gone nuts.
And have you found then that it is really complicated? Have your neighbours said to you, like, we just don't know what we're doing with all the recycling?
It starts off being complicated because we've been brought up and brainwashed to think that these are not recyclable. They're not recyclable, but they are. It's just difficult, and it's finding the right organisation that can deal with them. And once they know that and learn it, it's no different to your curbside collection. You just put the things in the right places, and it just happens. It's
so
brilliant.
What would your top tips be for our viewers out there who, you know, want to take on your kind of mindset? Maybe not set up a recycling centre in the drive.
It'd be great if they could. I mean, that's the ideal, is to spread it and get more people doing it. Just start small. Whatever you're doing, just add one thing to your recycling system, or stop buying one thing that's made of covered in plastic. And just when that becomes a new habit, add another one, and slowly sort of grow from there.
Yeah.
The impact that you can have just changing one thing is phenomenal.
Yeah, and Bridget, have you learnt a lot about recycling?
Yeah, we've all learned a lot. That plastic
Do your friends
is really
think
bad.
you're like dead cool, like running your own little recycling business?
I don't think cool is the right word. This isn't cool, but it's certainly interesting, isn't it? And a lot of them have got involved as well.
Have they? Are your friends getting involved as well?
Yeah, we do it at school as well. So me and my brothers bring home crisp packets and just put them in the boxes.
Yeah. So you're taking in the rubbish from school as well?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, you're like the most helpful kid ever. Love it. Well, thank you so much for coming in. And, you know, I don't normally thank people for following me around with bins, but hey-ho. What a rubbish story, eh? Thank you very much. Lovely to see you. You can take them back now.
Thank you very much. That was fascinating. Really good. Thank you very much indeed, both of you.